Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Off the Top podcast, the most unprofessional professional podcast in the YouTube space. I am your host, Zero Requiem 14. We're back with another podcast, and I thought I should mention this right now. Today is a very special day, as in it is Austin 316 day. So drink a beer, wow, I fucking shit. Stone Cold Stunner, your boss, and raise hell and give middle fingers.
There you go.
Yep.
There
And
you go.
a little bit of a lighter crew tonight, unless they just hop right in. We shall see. But I am with good friend, good sir, Mr. Trevor. How are you?
Hello. Hello. Good Sir Jer. Good to be back. Good to be back. Not much has happened, but honestly, excited for some of
Yeah.
the topics that we have to talk about today.
Yeah. Not like a lot of, like, I would say necessarily something as crazy as like the last few weeks, but definitely still some things to talk about. And,
Yeah.
more games to just things to talk about in the general world that is video games. But also, I didn't realize this, and then like you brought it up to me earlier that it was what, the Oscars last night?
Yep. Oscars happened last night. I believe a few people like there was a lot to be set up. There was a lot going for the running. There was Sinners, of course. There was that one Paul Thomas Anderson movie, One Battle After Another. There were I'm forgetting a lot of them right now, but there were so many contenders for Best Picture, Best Direction, Best Writer. Uh, that's a whole other thing. I would just all I'm gonna say is that Sinners didn't do a clean sweep, which was nice. Um, but it got the recognition it deserved, I think. I think for the production design, I think they won. I'm not actually too don't quote me on that, but I know for a fact, and I'm sure everybody else does too, that Michael B. Jordan won for Best Actor, um, and Best Leading Actor, and I think that is like all the other actors did such great jobs in their own respective roles, but he did it with double duty because he was playing two separate characters as well. So
Exactly.
it just he met all those standards for both characters, and it like it stood upon its own. Like it was really good, and I remember I know you saw it. It was on Josh's fucking story. That right after the Oscars, Michael B. Jordan went to In and Out,
I had a whole crew
which is a
too.
baller move.
Yeah, it's a baller move. And
Yeah,
dude had a whole
yeah.
ass crew. He even had the softbox light. I was just like, oh my god.
Oh yeah. Well, that tells you that when in Rome, he parties like the Romans. When in Cali, he parties like Cali. You know what I mean?
It's not a California party until
So
you go to In and Out, like at the end of the night.
that's about right. I know like some people would be disagree with that, and people would be like, it's not just Cali. It's like, yes, I understand, but we made it part of our culture, so
Yeah, let's put it this way. Like, if you can't say, you can't say you're from California if you never had In and Out. Just put it that. Let's just call it as it is.
or you're not the majority, because I will say, like, there are some people who live here who do not like In and Out, and I can't fathom that. I can't actually
It's hard to
quantify
fathom,
that.
yeah. Unless you just straight up just don't like burgers like that. All right, fine, whatever.
Right, but then if that's the case, you better boycott all
Yeah,
the other
exactly.
places too, if that's the case.
Which is, uh, which to be quite honest, good fucking luck.
Yeah. Well, anyways, we're not here to throw shade today, but
Well, maybe a little
it's
bit,
nice.
especially with a couple
I
things,
would
but
say
we'll come across that.
we'll go across those, I guess. But anyways, the Oscars was really I actually went to an Oscars party with my lady and my and I had a good friend who was there too. And these were people who I met when I did saw the musical and with the good people from LA. So like it was a nice evening where we were just watching the Oscars and got to meet a lot of extra people, and we all had similar reactions to how they ran the Oscars. because it was on the whole pretty good. Conan O'Brien was an okay host. Like there were some moments I thought, okay, that's funny, or okay, that's clever, but it just felt like he was in a different. You could tell like his. I'm not gonna say that either, but like I feel like he would have been. It would have been better if it was a partnership, if he had done it with somebody. Like he is a big enough name for sure, but he is so one note in terms of his delivery and what he finds funny in his jokes, what he writes, that it works great for a talk show where you're the focal point and you're the mouthpiece here. But this is an award show. We
Hmm.
kind of need someone just to keep the levity up and keep good vibes and make us feel like we're at an award show, but also at a party. And it felt like I don't know, like, I also think that it was written like, the segments in between presenting the awards were written pretty poorly, like, it just wasn't good writing. Like, that you had all these big name actors up there, big name comedians, pillars of the industry, given such lackluster dialogue to like, freaking Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans, presented 2 awards together, and the exchange they had gave off the same energy as the barbecue scene from She-Hulk, you know what I mean? It was just like, "Something's mismatched here. This is totally not like, we gotta" like, RDJ was wearing a green suit, obviously, to promote, him being Doom and shit. Um, Chris Evans was comparatively in a regular tuxedo, but it had, like, a if you looked hard enough, had, like, a slight dark, dark, dark blue tint.
Oh
So
my
it's like,
god.
Oh, yeah. So it's like, okay, we see what you're doing here, and their dialogue there, the way that they were talking to each other was just like felt so forced because it was Chris Evans was like, "Hey, by the way, you never responded to my email. What do you mean?" Well, I sent out that anniversary email for the first time. We were in the Avengers movie. Yeah, and it just felt like they were pandering. It felt like they were pandering to the audience at home more so than the actual audience there. So like
Yeah,
the
I get
reaction
you.
to it was very like, "Are we really doing this, guys, right now? Are we really?" Ha 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 ha. Ha." And then the only
Just like
thing that
not
might have redeemed
natural
it
type
was
shit.
no, right, and then Robert Downey Jr. was trying to be funny, but he was also trying to be loud, even though he was right by a mic, and, like, oh my god. It was just it didn't feel like it was directed well, and the writing didn't help.
Sounds like, I
And
mean,
there was a moment
as someone who is a proprietor of loud equals funny, I mean, when you have an open mic like that, I mean, that
I
doesn't work
mean,
at all.
well, he just wasn't using that in the right way. But I forget what awards they were presenting too, but it was because I was so flabbergasted of what was happening in front of me in a negative way. Um, I will say Channing Tatum had a little interlude thing where they were like, "Hey, by the way, I was," because Robert Downey Jr. is going through his like suit jacket and he takes out his like coat jacket thing. It's supposed to be like his invitation that he got from Chris Evans, right? Like, come on, I know I sent it to you. Did you print it out? And like, yeah, I got it right here. And he pulls out the coat jacket thing, and then he pulls out a pair of sparkly Speedo underpants. And they go like, "Oh, I think I know what these are. These must belong to let's see, what's on this property of Channing Tatum." And Channing Tatum is like, "Hey, I'm gonna need those back, by the way."
Okay,
And then they were
that's
like, What for what? For what?" Robert Downey Jr. says, and Channing's like, I gotta work later. Just I need them back." Like,
wow.
it was an attempt. It's like, that's kind of funny, but, like, it's on the heels of such cringy dialogue. It's like, "Okay, come on." That wasn't enough to save it.
Yeah.
Um, it was fine. It was basically just there to show people, "Hey, you're gonna see these guys on screen in less than a year or more than a year, whatever the fuck it's coming out."
Yeah, isn't Doomsday supposed to be in like
And so get
December?
ready. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's and you know what's funny too is like all the things you talk about on the Oscars. I'm like, man, this is like how Game Awards is if you think about it. It's literally just like the Hollywoodification, and it's like poorly done. So
Yeah, because the people who are in charge aren't. I hate to say it. They even made a thing. at the Oscars saying that the Academy is what the Academy actually is a collection of 11,000 artists that come together and put on this stuff, and I'm like, that sounds a little too unifying. That sounds a little like kumbaya talk from a corporate, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
It just felt very it felt like, "Hey, we need to recenter what we believe." And yes, I can't deny that that's what that industry is, but that's also the pillar industry that other industries are modeling their other award shows after. So when you have somebody who comes up and slaps someone at the Oscars or cuts off the music mid-speech, that happened too actually a couple times last night, 'cause people their memoriam was oh, okay. I assume people were gonna get fired from last night's
Oh
Oscars, like,
damn.
people on the production side.
Yeah.
Like, as somebody who works in the industry, I saw all the flaws that most people would be like, "Oh, that was weird. Okay." I see that and I go, "Oh, that's what happened. Oh, that's what happened. Oh, they're fired, they're fired, they're fired." You know what I mean? Like, there was a cut I think somebody there was a smash cut after one of the awards of a cameraman somebody filming a cameraman falling over.
Oh my god.
It obviously wasn't meant to happen, but it was a shit show, you can tell, like, it just wasn't managed the most efficiently, or I don't know, like, there were moments that were great, there were moments that were really, really great, but, like, all the innovative camera work and stuff they tried to do for the Oscars fell flat, like, I guess you could say they blew all of their, like, budget on the opening of because Conan O'Brien basically parodies all of the like, all the movies that came out,
Mm.
and it just felt like kind of a disconnect. I don't know, like, Conan usually is pretty good, but it just felt like I don't know if it's 100% his fault either, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of
So
like this is the script he was
yeah,
given. Now work with it, kind of thing.
it was better it was better than the infamous Oscars of the slap that was heard across the world, like, you can't even talk about it without bringing it up. But, Michael B. Jordan also, like, name dropped Will Smith in his thank you speech because he was talking about the pillar of, like, the men who were, men of color in the industry who were, like,
Mm-hmm.
pillars like that. And, yeah, it put things in perspective of, like, yeah, he is still, like, a really, really top person in the industry in terms of its history and what they've done for, like, that, so that can't be understated. Just sucks that
That
you're
yeah.
saying it in the same position, in this for the same award that he notoriously won before or after he slapped the shit out of a man on stage. Like, it's just that's such a polarizing individual now because of that. Like, insane ramifications,
I mean,
and he still name
unfortunately,
dropped him. He
yeah,
still name dropped.
it's definitely
Yeah.
like something that's like, unfortunately, what Will did, in a way, it's kind of like, yeah, this is just the consequences of his actions. People are gonna remember him. The most recent thing is him slapping Chris Rock across the face, while everyone else, remembers him for his other works. So,
Yeah. Either
and
that or him eating spaghetti.
yeah, we don't talk about that one. But I think there was like something I did see though.
Oof.
Uh, Apparently, because Jeff Keighley's dad, to kind of tie it back into games, because his dad worked was like a very central part with IMAX specifically, to my
Right.
understanding, and they did not mention him at all, and I was like, yikes, that's a little that's kind of not fair.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my
Then again, I don't watch the Oscars, for plenty of reasons. Other than the fact I was working, but
right.
I was just like, I really, you could literally tell me like any of these movies, and I was like, I probably have maybe heard like three of them.
Yeah. Oh,
Only thing
okay.
I
So
only thing I will say though, the director of Iron Lung was there.
that's right. Yes, he was.
And this
That is
motherfucker
true.
decides his first post was, I swear I'm in the audience. I just couldn't find the red carpet. Then he follows up with a post later saying, hey guys, I found it. I'm like, this motherfucker thinks he's a goddamn comedian, doesn't he?
He thinks he's funny. He thinks he's Bono. Anyways, uh,
Moving on.
I'm actually I'm actually looking at some of the results from last night, and it's interesting, dude. That's all I'm gonna say. It's interesting. Um, I think. Oh, Sean Penn won Best Supporting Actor, and he wasn't even there. Like,
What?
like he
Sha-
didn't go.
Sean Penn
Um,
was nominated for something?
yeah, Sean Penn was in that Paul Thomas Anderson movie, the one Battle Royale.
Oh,
He was
okay,
with
okay,
that. He was
gotcha.
the yeah. I think he played the antagonist in that movie,
Mm,
which was an army general, and people said that he was terrifying.
got it.
So there you go. Um, sentiment. Okay, so hold up. Some of the best screenplay was Sinners,
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely deserved.
and that's Ryan Coogler. So he got up there and won his Oscar for screenplay, dude.
I also
Which
saw that Kugler's like hair, the way it was braided. He had Sam's guitar and like a treble or something like that.
mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, that's really cool. Yeah, like I was like, damn, that's a detail I would never have seen. Like if I were to like watch that live, I was like, I would not have noticed. But that's pretty cool.
Absolutely no. Yeah. So, anyways, that's all that to say. There was some pretty cool little F1 got nominated a lot more than I expected it to.
Damn, if Gavin was here, because didn't he say like F1 is kind of just like a whatever movie? Like it's well shot, but it's kind of like story is kind of ass, or it's just
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a weird Oscar push for like in terms of movies, and it was nominated for film editing. It won for best sound.
Interesting.
Yeah. Obviously, visual effects was Avatar: Fire and Ash.
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's not a shocker on that one.
Uh, but it was also nominated with F1 and Jurassic World Rebirth and Sinners and The Lost Bus, which I don't know that one, but yeah.
I don't. This
Uh,
this just sounds like they were throwing shit at the wall.
some of them, yeah.
Okay.
Um, Frankenstein won some of those though. Frankenstein won Best Makeup and Hairstyling and Costume Design. Uh, yeah. Anyways, I could be here forever. We got other stuff to talk about.
Yes, we got a
Um,
lot of other things to talk about.
let's go ahead and move on,
Yeah,
Mister.
let's finally start with the question I always got to ask every time we do the pod. What have we done since the last podcast? Just in terms of games. I know Trev, we pretty much just talked about like the Oscars, but I'm sure we've done other things in between.
Oh yeah, no, I've been in rehearsals. I have a rehearsal later tonight. They actually switched up my schedule, so after the podcast, I'll be getting ready to go and dance my butt off in North Hollywood. Um,
Lovely, lovely.
but I've been pretty well, pretty good. Been pretty busy. A lot of plans have come to fruition in terms of like hangouts and deadlines for stuff and like that. So I've just been pretty busy bouncing back and forth. I haven't been playing with the homies as of late just because of how busy I've been and how tired I've been. But that being said, still plugging away, still doing shit, and we're making more music with Josh. That's always happening. That's always happening in the background. So, um, I had for video games, I'm picked back up Yakuza Like a Dragon. Had to take like a hiatus from it, but now I'm kind of like vibing. I've been playing a lot of Ghost of Tsushima. I'm actually playing the game now, so like I have all of that I'm still in Act 1 of the story, so
Yeah,
like
it's
I'm
you
just trying to do
honestly.
all
It
the
just that
things.
game like rewards you for just getting lost like so fucking much, and I love it. That's what I love about Tsushima.
Oh, it's great. It's a comfort game for me now. It's like, oh,
Oh hell
I
yeah,
get to
it
play this
is.
game. Yeah. I've been playing that. I've been playing Uno, just casually, whatever the fuck, just help me go to sleep. Uh, I have been playing Skate, and I know what you're gonna say, and all I'm gonna say is that even though it is a soulless sellout, the mechanics are still there, and they are still updating the game. So they are still adding new things. Like they just added back that tutorial island that you start out on.
Isn't it
Now you can
paywalled
go
though?
visit it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Yeah, that's the only thing that was just
but
like. It's like, don't get me
uh,
wrong, it's
it,
cool. They have the tutorial island. It's just like, man, I'm like, oh fucking course, because it's EA. I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
That was a game that I'm shocked at the fact that like it's got such a long development and then it's like it's still released unfinished. It's like you guys really
Yeah.
were like not doing anything until like the last 6 months, clearly.
I hope though, like, because now I have access to it, and it says I can go in with a party. So I'm thinking if I get a party of people, then like people can skirt it around like that. But like I like the mechanics. Josh and I have actually been having kind of a lot of fun with it, just because, especially getting started, he's been like, "All right, wait," because he's now like having fun playing it. Um, so there's that one, and that one's just for my soul. Just I was like, I know it's soulless, but like, come on, it's still a skate game. I'm still gonna play it.
Like, and I mean, again, it's just like it's kind of like one of those. It's just like the bones are there. It's just unfortunately the meat is just not there for me personally.
That's fair.
I mean,
No,
I
that's
maybe
fair.
I'll
That is
try
fair.
it at some point because I just saw the like some of the updates they added. It's like they added collision, and I was like, they seriously took this long to add collision to the game?
Well, Collision how so?
Just bump into people.
Hmm. Did they? I haven't noticed that.
Supposedly they did, or it's gonna be added. I don't fucking know. Like I haven't. I kind of like it just pops up randomly in like my timeline. I was like, oh, this game is still going.
Right. Exact. Well, good to know that it's still going. Bad to know that it's behind paywalls.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only reason why it's gonna stay free is if they add paywalls like that. So
Well, I mean, this is their excuse with the early access thing. It's like it's just kind of weird that you have an early access title, you're still monetizing it. I don't know.
yeah,
That's
and
just way I look at it. It's just like this is just not right.
no, that's fair. That's fair. But anyways, besides that as well, I've been kind of just dipping my toes back into like 2XKO when you're on. I still am playing. Have some playthroughs of Hogwarts Legacy. I have a lot of games that I have like progress on and I haven't come back to yet. So like, but just currently I've been playing. Unless I'm at Josh's house, in which case it's a whole other set of games. It's Ghost of Tsushima. It's Detroit Becomes Human. It's Fallout 4, Mafia, even so. Um, so and Uno
Yeah, 100%.
and Fortnite
Yep.
and Rival,
Well, Fortnite
all
is
that.
going to be having a new season like fairly soon this week. I think it's like the
Thank
19th. We're
God.
supposed to be getting a new season. Yeah,
Thank God.
I know. It's just like it does cross my mind too because apparently this is supposed to be like the second longest season of the game's like life cycle, and I was like, I'm not surprised. The season just kind of like fell off a cliff for me. I was just like, it's fine, and it's whatever. Like the first month was cool, then after that, I was just like, okay, I'm getting bored of this game,
Yeah.
and that's a whole can of worms we can go into like at the end of the pod. But
So
was
for
there anything else you wanted to add on top of your stuff, Trev?
no, that was about it. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Ah,
that
you're
was
good.
that was basically what I've been up to. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then as far as me, my Gavin and I only really did had one session with Ghost of Yotei Legends. We pretty much just did like the first mission of the 4 leaders. And I mean, so far, I mean, if you play Ghost of Tsushima Legends, it's pretty fucking baller. It's that amped up, essentially. We haven't really done survival mode, but we mostly have played Yotei Legends, like some of the co-op missions, and we actually played one of the mini games that's in Yotei, which is Zeni Hajiki. And to say the least, competitive is an understatement.
Shit. All right.
Yeah, so and it's also you could also do bamboo strikes to kind of compete against each other too. So I was like, that's pretty fucking cool. Because Yotei Legends has like a little hub world. So you could do like
Yeah.
trainings, you could do Zeni Hajiki, the bamboo strikes, and other stuff like that. So
Wait, like
but
mini games?
yeah, pretty much.
That's so adorable. That's awesome, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta beat this. I gotta beat Ghost of Tsushima so I can get Ghost of Yotei.
Hey, I mean, this is what I'm gonna say about like I said, like when you beat Yotei, like I don't know if you're gonna platinum it like me and Gavin did because it's kind of low key.
No.
It's a little tedious of a platinum, but it's easy, but it's tedious.
Well, so was Hogwarts Legacy, but Josh did that.
Yeah, but
Like,
if whenever you beat Yotei, I want to hear your thoughts on that.
okay. I am. Wait, I just did Hammer. I'm at the Hammer and the Forge mission in Tsushima right now.
I'm trying to remember
Which
mission
that's still
that
Act
is.
1.
Yeah,
that's like. I'm still on Izuhara, like that part of the island.
I'm sure if I look it up, I'll figure out which part that is. It's been like a long time since I last played Tsushima.
Oh no, that's fair. Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyways,
But
yeah.
other stuff I kind of been playing though. You guys don't know, back on the streaming game. Cited last week, but mostly played like 2XKO, Overwatch, and I kind of actually had some time to play a couple demos on Steam. I actually played Densha Attack, which is like the Jet Set Radio train Tony Hawk game. That's the best way I could describe it.
How much was it?
Well, I just tried the demo for now. We haven't heard a price yet for it, but I can imagine it's probably gonna be like, I hope it's like 30, because it is a smaller dev team, so we'll see. But from what I played, yeah, it's fun. It's definitely a game I would pick up at some point, especially since it's got a really simple gameplay loop. It does use Skate's trick mechanic though, where it's like it's the right stick.
Interesting.
But it's a pretty fun game. If anybody has a chance to play the demo, I would highly, highly recommend trying it out. And then another demo that I could remember off the top of my head, shameless plug, was Mighty Rhea, which is, I think the best way to describe it is if you had an actual like single player like My Hero Academia or One Punch Man type of show turn into like an open world like game that's very focused on its combat, kind of like Beautiful Joe. But it's a pretty fun game. Yeah. Anybody who wants to try those games, demos are out and they are available for you to try out. So that's pretty much what I've been doing for the most part. But I think it's time we start hitting first topic of the day, and I think we kind of gotta start with this.
What?
So
did that capture?
I have no idea. I hope it did. I'll find out. I guess I'll find out when the end product is done. But
okay.
So this is kind of like, this could sort of go along with the Project Helix discussion we had last week, but so Steam Machine, we just got some information on how to be a Steam Machine verified game, and man, is the baseline lower than it could ever get. So baseline verification, like the big one that people were talking about, is to be a Steam Machine verified game, your game has to run at 1080p 30 FPS.
That's
And
insane.
yeah, and I'm like, dude, that's at average a 360 PS3 game, give or take.
What are they gonna cite software limitations for that? What the
I
hell?
mean, for all we know, it's just kind of like what this machine is supposed to be, because Project Helix is supposed to be the premium version of this. But with premium comes like a very hefty price, and because it's Microsoft and they want to eye gouge everyone's wallets out. So the Steam machine is supposed to be like the perfect alternative to it. A much cheaper machine. Spec wise is not as strong, but it is still capable. So to be like 1080p 30 FPS like on the baseline verification, that's kind of like, that's a lot lower than I expected.
Yeah.
And since we still don't have a clue like when this thing is supposed to release, how are we supposed to, justify the pricing? I've heard like just from random kind of like sources. I'm not like really official sources, like mostly like Reddit, or it feels more like people just guessing prices at this point. Some people are thinking like we're thinking between $600 to even $900 in terms of the price range. And what it likely is because of the current market. We have a shortage on components. So that likely could be the reason why they haven't set a price. We still don't know the price because of the market. And it's just very concerning, man, because I would be down to pick up a Steam machine. I just need it to be at a reasonable price, because I don't want to spend like almost $1,000 on something I'm gonna, granted it's a console, but I don't know, that it's just such a bad price if you're gonna have it like above like the $1,000 mark.
Yeah. I mean, if you're only offering 30, yeah, for those specs, that's an insult.
Yeah, and mind you, now let's keep in mind this is just baseline verification, so that's probably like what you just wanted to run on, and it's supposed to be capable of like a 4K 60. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's capable of higher frame rates. We still don't have any information on that, but I can only imagine that they're just trying to figure out a way to streamline this console to not only fit desk setups like I do, but also have it work in the living room as well. So there's it's still up in the air like what's going on with this thing, but we're just kind of monitoring these rumors like every week goes by. Right now, what we're just hoping, at least I'm hoping, probably by the time like Summer Games Fest is a thing, we have a better idea of its price and its release date and what we could expect out of it.
Yeah.
And even with GDC happening just last week, like after the pod, apparently like Valve actually was like pleading with some of the RAM companies to secure like a manufacturing line for them, so that way they can make the console at mass production, so that way everyone gets a chance to get it. Because it's even affecting the Steam Deck as well, because like the Steam Deck, like the baseline, the very basic version, the LCD version, sold out like entirely. Like they're not continuing production, and the OLED versions have been kind of like all over the place in terms of their stock as well. So it's just kind of hopefully we get some more info on it. That's what I could hope. But
Yeah, 100%. Sorry. Yes, 100%.
yeah, so hopefully we get more info on the Steam machine. I think they should really change that fucking name. Make it the Gabe Cube or the Gaben Cube.
Nice.
And I want
The
to,
Gaben Cube.
and just remember, you could customize that front plate, and I want someone to customize Gabe Newell's face on it.
It'll happen. It'll happen.
It'll happen. Or what everyone wants to happen is someone's just gonna make a GameCube color or like front plate and then 3D print a handle on it. One can
Oh
hope, right?
no. Oh jeez,
Wow,
that's
Josh
funny.
just texted.
What did he say?
I'm just telling him. I'm just texting him that what we are on right now. But yeah, like I said, look, I really hope that Steam does figure out a way to make this work, because this is just like a machine that just sounds really good. And now granted, with obviously Project Helix being a thing, because they're trying to push the whole, you're gonna be able to play Xbox games and PC games, but obviously at a premium price. I mean, we'll have to see what happens. Hopefully they can get that figured out.
Yeah.
Oh my god, hold on.
I
I had to text him.
My gosh. Okay. Well, that's all.
Yeah, so we'll see. We're always gonna keep an eye on it. It seems like we're gonna probably be talking about the Steam machine like almost like on a bi-weekly basis at this point. And look at that, there is a Mr. Josh here.
Possibly. He could also just be a ghost.
He could. The ghost of Silmar, as they say.
The ghost of Silmar. That's funny.
I'm here all week.
Well,
we gotta cue the laugh track. Please work. Uh-oh.
Well,
Let's see if he.
Can you hear me? Testy?
Yeah.
Yes, I can
Testes?
hear you now.
Yes.
And
There
I'm
you
echoing.
go.
Wait, but now we can hear echo.
Yeah.
Hi!
Okay, there you go. It's at least it went away for now.
Oh, it did? Okay, never mind.
Yeah, at least
Hi.
All right. And welcome, Josh. Welcome.
Hello.
Trevor and I just kind of talked about the Steam machine for a little bit. Just TLDR, their verification for a Steam machine verified game is literally a 1080p 30 FPS. And mind you, this is a baseline verification.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Like, to me, it's like, it is kind of sad that that's how low they got to go for a verified game. But then again, it could just be, for all we know, it's just sadly, it's just how the current market is with like component shortages and all that.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of like the biggest concern we really got right now. But we're gonna just mosey on over to the other topic, and unfortunately, we have to do this.
Oh boy.
So former Overwatch game director Jeff Kaplan has now been like kind of making the rounds recently. And of course, because he's making the rounds, the biggest question that everyone's going to ask, what led to him leaving Activision Blizzard? So, and mind you, Jeff Kaplan is responsible for one of the biggest multiplayer games of all time, being Overwatch in 2016. Still going somehow, but obviously, you know, recently it's been pretty good, I would say. And so the biggest thing about this whole interview, he did a 5-hour podcast interview with like Lex Friedman. And I was like, God damn. But he was talking about his entire like career at that point. So, of course, it's going to be a lengthy conversation. But, of course, the one that everyone wants to talk about is his Overwatch, or his time with Overwatch, what led to him leaving. So, to get it started, the best way to describe this interview, his quote was, "It was the biggest fuck you of my career." So, and I have tried to listen to this conversation at least like 2-3 times, and I feel like I still am gonna miss something about it. But So the big thing about this whole project, so this was around, like, I want to say, like, I believe it's like 2020, 2021. So about 6 years ago. And basically, the Activision Blizzard CFO at that time, he told him that he has to make a certain amount of money to keep, just typical CFOs, they want the financials and all that for the goddamn stockholders.
Gotta pay the leaks, baby.
Yeah, you have to pay them, because otherwise, if Overwatch does not make the targeted amount of money they want per year, they will lay off like 1,000 people, and it will fall on Jeff's shoulders.
My name is Jeff.
So, it's a very sad thing too. It's like, man, this is just how you can tell, like, AAA gaming is so fucking depressing, like, every time I hear it. And I don't know. Apparently, the CFO, like, as far as I'm aware, he's now been gone for at least a couple years, or he has been gone for an extended period of time. But the fact that a piece like this comes out is just insane. And, it makes me realize the times that, when games were made as, like, actual passion projects, not to meet market goals or make, like, certain ROIs. All these games were pretty much just made with some form of passion. Even if they were shit, they were still made with some passion.
Exactly.
So, and Jeff would also kind of talk about, around this point, the development of, like, Overwatch 2. What it initially was going to be, which was it was going to be the base of Overwatch 1. Already going to have that multiplayer competitive mode, but it was going to have, like, also a focus on PvE, so, like, a single player mode. Because how deep Overwatch's lore is, it made sense. This game deserves a campaign of some kind. But because they had to scrapped the entire, pretty much, like, majority of the PvE ideas. That's why Overwatch 2, like, for so many years, was just struggling to just keep attention. And they kept putting out collabs after collabs after collabs, basically doing what Fortnite does at, like, a very poor level. I'd argue still pretty bad. And
we played Overwatch last night, right?
Well, you were watching, but I was playing it.
Yeah, okay.
So, you see how the game is, Josh. Like, it's just...
It's like another Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, it's what Marvel Rivals is trying to be, essentially. That was... So...
I want to know why specifically this has gotten, like, this play style has gotten so popular. Do you think it's, like, an age thing?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that question?
Do you think it's it's more geared toward, like, a lower age group?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's geared towards an age group. It's more in the sense that So for Overwatch, like, what I would argue makes it very popular is obviously it's like it's the art style, it's the characters, and it's gameplay. It's kind of like the very things that you want, even in fighting games, I'd argue. You want good roster, art presentation, content. And the game had pretty solid content, even as a multiplayer-only title, and then the limited time events would also have PvE modes or even some fun modes. Like, one of them is usually, like, during the summer, like, they have, like, a soccer mode.
Hell yeah.
So, and, I mean, if you go all the way back to 2016, like, dude, Overwatch won Game of the Year, which is still, like, the most baffling thing I've ever heard.
That's crazy.
And it beat the likes of Doom 2016. See, that's what makes it more insane. I was like, this beat Doom. But but mind you, at the time, Overwatch had a chokehold on the culture. Like,
yeah.
It was amongst, like, one of the most popular games, like, just ever. And rightfully so at that time, but obviously, as time goes on, multiplayer games are going to start to kind of feel a little stale, just depending on who you ask.
Yeah.
Like, for me, like, it was like me, Gus, and Gavin. We were on Overwatch for like that first 2 to 3 years. And then we just sort of stopped playing because we just weren't a fan of like how the direction the game was going, kind of leaning more into the competitive side. Because, you know, I'd argue I'm not even like, I wouldn't want to play ranked in a game like that just because one, horror stories, and it's just like, I'm just not interested to play ranked in something like that. Plus pubs makes you fucking sweat even more because of the variety of levels of play that can happen.
Crazy.
But so with that being said, you know, like I said, Overwatch 2, you know, just to quickly recap, was going to be more of a more full package of a game. And it's kind of clear because I think Overwatch 2 released, I want to say in like 22 or 23. It's like sometime recently. But essentially what it wanted to do was kind of go reverse in, like, I put a note saying like this Overwatch 2 was initially planned to be more of kind of like how Call of Duty was, where it has like an established like it has a campaign, but it has an established multiplayer. So in a way, it's kind of like the reverse of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So because all that, they didn't see that as oh, people aren't gonna buy this game for that. So we want you. So what does Activision? What did the heads of Activision say? We don't want you to make a PvE mode. We just want you to make more skins for the characters, and on top of it, they also have to maintain a Overwatch League, so like a professional circuit for the game. And because the game, and again, mind you, this game is still as popular as it can get. Even during its dark days, it's still somehow remained somewhat relevant. But the professional circuit really did hurt. Like, I'd argue it hurt the game the most because apparently, according to Jeff, the people who invested on like the many Overwatch teams, they were expecting some NFL level of like revenue, and I was like, I think you're smoking crack.
Yeah, major crack.
And look, and that's saying a lot because there's not many games that have, I'd argue, even above NFL fucking revenue, because the only games that do that are like League of Legends and I think Dota, but even then, those games are very much their own niches, and because they're, let's put it this way, let's just call it as it is, they're backed by China or like other countries.
Sweatlandia.
They're very much like more popular in those areas. And an Overwatch is a little bit more on the global side. And in a way, it's kind of like I do see like where Overwatch League could have worked, because one of the big things about like, you know, maintaining teams like that is that not like all those teams have to travel. And because you have Activision Blizzard kind of like as the foundation or bringing in the money, oh yeah, you definitely could make it work. You know, especially for the players that want to compete on that scale. Because, you know, we're talking like teams that are like from England and then they got to go to like Korea. You know, shit like that. So that's just kind of like where Overwatch League, like I understand what it was for, but I still think it's one of those things that caused so much damage to the game that it just hurt it in more ways than one. So.
Damn bastards.
Yeah. So, and then just kind of like the last note one of the last notes I want to put for this, because of, you know, after all this, like, this is what makes it sad, is because Kaplan was actually envisioning that he would retire with Blizzard, you know, just kind of like a way, you know, he showed loyalty to the company. He made like one of the best games for them. And I can't blame him. He made a very good game. But when shit like that happens, like, I can't blame him for leaving either. And because of like, after that office meeting, he pretty much just said, after that, it made me realize that I don't want to work for like someone like of that high level. He wants to like be the boss of his own business. So that's what he did. And now he has like a new game coming out. It's like called Legend of California. I have to look it up again, but it's like a Western survival crafting game, maybe. Like I looked at it a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully that game does pretty well. And the last thing that I actually saw today that Jeff Kaplan said, and it's kind of like a target for pretty much all the grifters and just people. Sometimes you just got to realize people need to know there are games that are just not made for them. And that is a statement that I live by to this day. You know, I can understand some games are just not for them, and same for me. Like all the popular extraction shooters like Arc Raiders, Marathon, Tarkov, I understand their appeal. Those games are just not for me personally. But the specific quote
they just don't do it for you.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm gonna read out the quote, and we will move on from this topic. So if a game comes out and you don't want to play it and you've never played it, shut the fuck up. No one cares.
Damn.
So I think you know what? I think Jeff Kaplan deserves this. Yes, sir.
It's
yes, sir.
All
right.
Oi.
Okay, so, and then this is another topic that I also saw today, and it's actually kind of big because does everyone know what Subnautica is, or at least heard of it?
Yes, it's that big
underwater game.
Underwater game,
the ocean.
Yeah.
So Subnautica 2 is going to be coming out very soon. So, and that company, it got picked up by Krafton. And at some point, like I remember this story like maybe like a few years ago, but the original CEO for Subnautica 2 just got let go just cuz. So, and they wanted to launch it in like an early access, and then they were basically Krafton wants to use AI in majority of their products. So, not fun.
Sounds interesting.
But so Subnautica 2, some good news for them. So, the judge has ordered that the studio CEO that was fired by Krafton to be reinstated and give him full control over the early access Steam launch. Hold on. I got it.
God.
So, I want to know how much it costs right now. That way I could play the first one. I'm really slowly but surely getting into those types of...
It's probably going to be...
It's all like, you know, mental and philosophical. And
But usually those games kind of go...
nature and... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, we don't. Jeremy, what you saying?
Okay. But... Damn it. What was I... But... It's pretty much just good to hear that the CEO, he gets reinstated and he gets full control over his fucking game versus like the company that fired him. So let's go. So to quickly go over the notes. So Ted Gill is back as CEO right away with full control over his studio. He has complete say over when and how Subnautica 2 launches in early access on Steam. Krafton cannot block him or interfere with the launch. And the big bonus payment up to $250 million linked to the game's release. Crazy. And success is active again until September 2026.
Woo!
So, once again. And someone reposted it, and this is probably like the best way to describe this whole Subnautica 2 thing, or this whole story. So this is beyond hilarious. Krafton wildly overpays to buy studio and IP. CEO used ChatGPT to find ways to get around paying devs, follows its advice, smearing devs, fumbles in court, now has to pay them and keep working with them while completely powerless.
Oh, hell no.
So it's a W for the Subnautica studio, an L for fucking Crafton. But you know what?
Oh,
We hate corpos.
yep.
So
We're corpse, man.
and that's why, you know, the AAA fucking gaming bubble isn't like, it's gonna burst, man. It is going to fucking burst.
Place your bets. Place your bets.
Who would be the first AAA company to go belly under? I'm gonna say Ubisoft.
Yeah, we've been complaining about them and EA games.
I think you know what I think it's gonna be in terms of the order. It's probably gonna be Ubisoft first, Warner Bros, EA, and then Activision. That's what I think is gonna happen.
Damn.
And I'm
we're not getting any more skate games ever.
Yeah, they're gonna shut down the servers, and they just ran away with all that money. But hey, they got paid $55 billion by with fucking Saudi Arabia blood money. So just bear that in
Blood
mind.
money.
All right. Gonna probably just do a quick lightning round of some of these topics that did just come across my timeline. I don't really got a say in them. Actually, maybe one of them. I think it's perfect that we're all here for that. So first things first, Resident Evil Requiem of, you know, possible early GOTY game of the year. The Resident Evil Requiem has reached $6 million in sales. Why am I echoing? Okay.
No clue.
All right, so Resident Evil Requiem has reached $6 million in sales. It is the fastest in franchise history. So that's a W for Resident Evil Requiem. I say it's a pretty good game. If you ever have a chance to play it, please do. It's a fun game, man. Especially if you're a Resident Evil. I mean, even though if you're a Resident Evil fan, there are definitely some things that I don't agree with. Overall, as a package, as a game, very good. A very, very good game.
Okay.
More positive. Go on.
Yeah. No. Go ahead.
Okay.
More positive.
So, more
Do
positive.
you feel like it was game of the year?
It's got a chance, but I feel like it could get knocked out. It just depends on like what else with the other games that are launching this year. Like later this week, Crimson Desert is supposed to be coming out, and it's probably got the highest chance that. And I don't even want to fucking count GTA 6 because that's like almost cheating.
I've been seeing a lot of ads for that.
Yeah, it's looking really good, but I'm gonna wait it out. Because I'm not 100%. Because I feel like that game. Because mind you, I'm gonna be playing on base PS5. Both of us, I mean, all of us are if we do pick up the game. But I kind of just want to hear like how it performs, and if it performs well, hey, I'll pick it up. Maybe I'll play it. So, but it's a very big open world game. So
God, I love those.
yeah, it's because I think someone said like the best way to describe Crimson Desert, at least from the early like reviewers, they said it's literally like Just Cause with a medieval like skin over it. And I was like, okay.
I never played Just Cause. Just cause.
Because from the clips I've seen, I mean, Just Cause is just literally wild shit happening on the screen. So, but hey, we'll see. Hopefully, Crimson Desert probably comes out very well. I'm just gonna take a wild guess. On the low end, I'm gonna give it an 85 on Metacritic, 90 at the highest. That is my prediction for that. More positive news. Arc Raiders has replaced the AI voices that was used for the like your in-game character with actual real human actors.
Ooh.
So, I mean, it took them months to, you know, finally realize, but hey, I ain't gonna complain. I mean, Arc Raiders is a very good, it's a very solid game. I will admit that. Like I said, extraction shooters are not for me personally, but I can agree that Arc Raiders is a very special game. And I'm glad that they are actually using real human actors, even though that I would argue they probably had the most ethical use of AI, which is kind of very ironic, considering AI and ethical are in the same sentence. But Now the only thing I'm just waiting for Embark Studios to do is now do the same thing for the finals, because those characters are also powered by AI voices. But again, it's just that. So that's good to see. And then the last of the good stuff, this is actually good for all three of us. So they just made it easier for us to decide if we're going to be playing Lego Batman or 007 First Light, because because now the release date, which was initially like the last week of May, it got basically pushed back by a week. So now it's going to be on May 22nd for Lego Batman.
Perfect.
So there you go. If you want to pick up both games without hurting your wallet that same week, now you can do it in 2 weeks. So, hey,
That's
there you
pretty
go.
good.
Yeah, that's a good choice. I was like, oh, thank God they made the right call on that. So
It's gonna be nostalgia heaven for me, that game.
oh yeah, especially because it's gonna be like a shit ton of like Batman references, and the fact that it's basically gonna be Lego Arkham.
See, that's what I miss, man. I miss a good Arkham game. There's been other games in the meantime that have supplemented that nostalgia, like the Spider-Man series.
I mean, Spider-Man games, yeah.
And stuff like that. But yeah, that's gonna be a fun. Again, I've told this story on this pod, but I remember going to Circuit City.
God, I feel old just
And that shit
remembering
was on
that.
display. It was on display for the PlayStation, the Wii, the freaking Xbox. I'm not sure about the GameCube, but yes, it was like
I highly doubt it.
that's it. It was that was the last of that era. There was no more circuits, no more Circuit Cities
Or
or
Radio Shacks
Radio
too.
Shack.
yeah, I was gonna say Radio Shack. Yeah,
Damn. Damn, oh damn.
a true end of an era right there.
You know, and you know when I'm looking at like the games for May, do we think that there's a possibility that they somehow I'm gonna laugh, but I feel like Lego Batman has like a very small chance to make it into GOTY if it's really good. Small chance though. I would be surprised to say the least, because
I
like,
think it could compete.
it could, but so here's the only thing I would say. Like, as in terms of guaranteed at the moment for me, it's probably gonna be Requiem. Crimson Desert is another. Pacopia is actually possible because I mean it's the Nintendo game, and I think it reached like $2 million in sales all in the first like 5 days, something like that.
Damn.
And then GTA 6, which again, it's cheating, but at the same time, it's literally right before the cutoff window for Game of the Year. So, and that kind of leaves like 2 other games. You know, I would say probably Lego Batman has a good chance, and Pragmata for me. You know, 2 Capcom games. Hey, I ain't complaining.
All right.
But yeah, but that's the good stuff. And the last one, which I'm just gonna, this is what it deserves right here. Okay, that's getting annoying. So, streamer XQC says GTA 6 should cost an eye-watering $800.
The whole thing?
The whole game should cost $800 because his words are because of the effort that they put into this game.
The first more than $100 game is going to be 8 times that? No.
Yeah, you know what I say? And this is what I want. This is my PSA to everybody.
It's going to be one game, and it's got to be like 8 other person willing to contribute. Like
for one game. Oh God.
Pathetic.
But I just want a little PSA for everybody listening or watching the pod. Please stay away from streamers like this unless it's me or the boys.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ah.
That's the only people you should listen to. Okay.
Yeah, people like, the Pauls. No, thank you.
Don't listen to the Pauls. Don't listen to the Tates. Don't listen to the whatever podcast or Fit and Fresh. Fuck those guys. Listen to only us. We're the ones who know right from wrong.
I know exactly who they are, bro. They're like so masculine. I'm just kidding.
Anyways.
I swear.
That's just our so that's like dumbass news right there.
Literally.
Let
Gonna
me just
crack
see if
down
I
on that fool.
And then let's see. I don't think I really got anything else. In terms of topics, you guys want to add anything else before I go straight into the question for the pod and comments?
Ooh.
I'm ready for that question.
I'm sorry, I'm destroying a Poyo bowl.
I think we're both ready for that question, good sir.
All right. Okay. All right.
Is our brother Sir Trevorsky alive and well?
Yeah. ...
Yeah.
Can you not hear me?
Well, thank you, Trev. It was very thoughtful.
That's all I
Can you
could
not
do.
hear me?
That's totally fine. Anyway,
I was able to hear him.
there
Trev,
he is.
I was able to
Can
hear
you
you.
not hear me? I
You-
was speaking.
You were like
You
on
both-
pause.
Oh, that's weird.
You're on pause.
Damn.
Still on pause.
God damn it.
All right.
I was responding the whole time.
That's funny. That's even
Damn.
funnier. That's even funnier.
I was responding the entire time. I heard everything. You
Damn.
guys are assholes. No, I'm kidding.
All right. So
I'm ready for
I
the
was like,
question.
it's because
Well,
I saw
man was
the
stuffing his face. I'm over here ready for the fucking question. I'm
Nice.
over, like Dora, looking at it like Dora, like I'm ready. Give me the question. Does Trevor want the question? Yes.
The question.
I can just picture Trevor shaking his TV so angrily. All right.
I've destroyed this Poyo bowl.
All right. Okay, so I got a question to end off for the pod and for the comments. If you guys are interested in taking part of this, please go ahead and drop it right there. But it's a little bit of a two-parter. So, question I got for everybody is, the first part being, would you come back to a game or product that you quit, and what would make you quit a game or product?
Oof. Donald Trump.
And there goes the monetization, even though we're not monetized.
I'm sorry. I just don't think we care about Trump anymore. I'm just kidding. No.
Josh is being polarizing right now.
For all we know, this ends up getting cut from the fucking video, but I would be surprised if... I'm not going to be shocked if it stays in.
I heard exactly what they said about me. I'm going to turn off the what?
But who would
buddy.
But who would like to answer the question for this one?
What would
was the question
deter me?
again? I didn't hear it.
So
What would deter you?
So what would basically... So would you come back to a game or product that you quit, and what would make you quit, said game or product? So a two-parter.
Okay. I would... let's see, what did I quit?
I honestly, it's what you said earlier, Jer. If it becomes too fucking sweaty, it just becomes too fucking stinky, man. Like,
Say what you mean, not what you want to say.
well, you know what I mean. Like, it's no one's gonna have fun. You know what I mean? You're just gonna like pop into the realm and get
Yeah.
shot or whatever. You know what I mean?
You just get a lot. You just get fucking like plowed by like everything. Type of
I would say it has to be like repetitive things. Call of Duty and honestly Tekken comes to mind.
yeah. If like a game is like a little, if it starts to get to a point that like they sort of start to become like a little too stale, and especially in like
Yeah.
certain metas, like. I mean, I'd argue, like, let's put it this way. Like, the reason I kind of bring this up is because, like, for example, Overwatch for me. I finally came back to that game after, like, years and years of, like, just dismissing it, and saying, like, this, I don't understand how this game is alive still. Now they made a lot of good changes, interesting changes to say the least. And it's putting competition back into the hero shooter market. So pretty much like what Marvel Rivals was doing, taking Overwatch's lunch money and dinner. So, and I bring that up just because I'm starting to realize I'm kind of starting to hit a point of like I'm coming back to like games or products I only put like a certain amount of time in, and then I just left it because I didn't like the direction it was going, or I just wasn't a fan of how it turned out. And like there's even another thing that's happening that I actually was going to bring up to you, Josh, but they kind of are finding a way to bring me back into Warzone, but not playing
Yes.
actual
Oh.
Warzone though. It's actually Call of Duty Blackout, which is more of the traditional battle royale, where it's not a loadout system, it's ground loot.
See, that's pretty nice.
See, and that's what I
I
think
don't know.
that is the best version of BRs in my opinion, because
Even when there was good updates for the other game we used to play, it still was a sweat fest.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely. Like that first few months was so special with Warzone, but because what it eventually became, which is go to multiplayer, grind out the weapons, then bring them to Warzone and just keep using the same meta over and over, and you
You had
win the
no
game.
choice but to compete with Fortnite.
You basically, yeah, you were basically a meta slave, and that was like the first time I ever like had that feeling of like everyone's a meta slave to a game. And like, and here's the other thing too, and I kind of bring up this other point. Like, I end up quote unquote quitting due to other games that are usually like dropping that take like priority, or if it's just a game that's starting to become stale. For example, Fortnite right now.
Yeah,
Like
totally.
that first the first month was pretty fun, and then after that, I was like, I kind of just am bored of the game now. Like, I just don't want to play it.
Like it's Fortnite. Fortnite's become Fortnite.
Yeah. And you know what's funny too, Josh, is because like I actually have been looking at like all of our other old podcasts, and you dead ass predicted what Fortnite is, which is a game that is having an existential crisis.
Literally, it's like, what the fuck is going on? We're a BR. No, we're not. We're what is it? A tycoon? No, we're not.
We're
We're
a
actually
meta. It's a
we're a
metaverse. That's
look
what
and
it is.
find.
So, I mean, and again, it's like that's just kind of like
Remember
how
when that was fucking popular? When those little spacemen, the look and finds, all that was even
Among
getting
Us.
popular with. Yeah, there you go, Among Us. My
Well,
bad.
yeah, Among Us was definitely like a lightning in a bottle moment, but especially at the time when COVID was a thing and everyone had to
Oh
stay
yeah.
home. It's like, dude.
Like literally when you're going to the bathroom, when you're going to bed, when you're on your way somewhere, like
So, but yeah, that's it's just kind of like it's just an interesting time for, like a lot of games. Like I said, there's a lot of games that I usually can't, like I said, I quote unquote quit. I don't necessarily say I'm done with a game, but it's more of just like, okay, I just can't, I've been playing like other stuff. And I kind of wish Kevin was here because I want to hear like because he is a multiplayer first guy now.
Interesting.
So, but that's my take on this whole situation. And I think Josh, we said it best. If the game becomes to the point that it's more catered to like the sweats and there's no
sweaty
balance.
balls.
Yeah, if there is no balance, I will just not have as much fun with the game. So that's just where I stand. Trev, do you want to have a?
Wouldst thou like to expound?
I would like to expound. I don't really know because my games are
Expelliarmus!
no. Don't you Expelliarmus me. Look, I think that I'm one of the people who's not like I it's weird. It's weird. When I pick up a game, it takes me a while to complete it. You know what I mean? I take my time with it. So like there are games that I've had genuine interest in and have only stopped playing because I haven't had the time or I get distracted by other things. But like most of them are single player exclusive. Some of them are multiplayer. Like I haven't finished Star Wars Jedi Order. Um, to me, it got a little too sandboxy. I don't know where the fuck I'm going in some of the levels. It felt very Dark Souls to me, and I'm not used to that, you know. So I I feel like a lot of the games that I play, it happens in like either it's so captivating that I complete it all in like a couple of weeks, or I play it to a point until my interest goes somewhere else, and then hey, I realize I haven't played a game for a year. You know what I mean? Like it's so.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's necessarily because I don't want to finish it. Like I finished Marvel Avengers.
Yikes.
Yeah, I didn't finish all the DLC, but I finished all the fucking main story shit. But even that, yeah, I lost interest like 4 times while playing that game, and then I came back to it. So like, it depends. It so depends on what the experience is, and to me at least, it depends on the IP. If it's
Yeah.
something that I can get behind and something that I can like have some kind of wish fulfillment or some escape, it helps. Otherwise, if it's just like, oh, I'm playing with friends, like that's great and all, but then sometimes, depending on the game, we don't work well together. You know what I mean? Like there's certain things and certain play styles and certain games that differ in that regard, if that makes sense.
Yeah, look, yeah,
It
I
makes
completely get
total
it.
sense, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Okay, who's causing the echo?
So, anyways, that's just I feel like even like I stopped playing Control. Like I played that for like 2 seconds and then I was like, nah.
I mean,
Nothing.
It
All the things that
depends.
had it going for it didn't captivate me because I'm not its target audience. You know what I mean?
Could also be like it repels at least me. Another thing for me is the just how difficult the game could be. I know I stopped playing as hard as I was playing that game. Cuphead and
oh
Mugman.
God. I mean, you're playing like amongst the most difficult of games too.
Literally. And so I liked it, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna totally go against the grain here, and I got through the levels after 60 million times. You know, it really is like 100 times even, but you get tired. You just like, okay, it's a run 'em, shoot 'em. You know what I mean?
I mean,
It's
it's a Mega
Hack and
that's
Man.
sock
It's a
'em.
Mega Man like. So
Yeah. So you that's another mental thing you got to get over is the fact of how simple it is. It's like, oh, can't even beat this. How easy you could do. You know what I mean? Like it really does get into your head.
yeah, because in a way, that's kind of like how even like I've been kind of treating like some of the fighting games too. Like if the game is just not catching my interest as much as it did when it launched, it's like I'm just more likely to drop it. Perfect example is like when I was trying to go climb the Tekken ranks. And I was just like, I'm gonna be honest. I was like, I just started to hit a point. I was like, I'm just starting to lose interest in the game. Plus, other things were coming out.
Yeah.
I'll maybe drop in like once in a while, but even then, like, I I just rather play something else personally. But I'm not opposed to it. because even like lately on the streams, like I've been playing like 2XKO, even though that game I'd argue is still having like it definitely has issues, especially because it's an not early access, but it is a free to play game, and its studio did get cut in half like a month back. It's still the most fun I've had in like a fighting game, and the fact that I've stuck around with it for that long is kind of a testament to the game. But it also makes me kind of like want to try like go back to like other games. Like I want to get back into Guilty Gear. I want to get back into Street Fighter 6. Stuff like that,
God,
man.
Guilty Gear. I haven't heard that in a minute.
Yup. But and then if I bring up the single player idea, like I'd argue this. Like for me recently, the one I keep like telling myself is like I need to finish the Lies of P DLC. Because I know I just beat a boss, and then I have not come back to that game since, and there's really like no good explanation I got for it. So that one's one that I have to remind myself too.
Yeah.
So who's looking at the PGA Tour trailer right now?
Nice. Nobody in particular.
Hot. Red-handed. Nice. Well, anyways, yeah, that's my 2 cents in that. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I think the one thing that has yet to happen to me, and I'm not gonna say it won't happen to me, is that the game's story is so bad that it just makes me turn off the game and just delete it. I wouldn't be surprised if it does happen, but I'm amazed that it hasn't happened yet.
Interesting.
Like if anything, I actually okay. You know what? What would probably what's actually kind of a perfect example, just generally speaking, the last like year of WWE has been like that for me. I've never felt like I wanted to quit on that product so many times, but it's like, God damn it, the wrestlers are good, but holy fuck, the booking is terrible.
Right.
And I mean, even if we bring other sports into it, what I call the Lakers experience. Like, we have like all these really good players, and then they play like ass, or some of them play really good. Like there is like no middle of that experience.
Wow.
Like
That's frustrating.
yeah, like let's put it this way. Like I'll even put like my 2 cents. I don't think the Lakers are winning this year. They got a very, especially with a stacked Western Conference right now. Like, dude, it would be a miracle if they could beat one of the teams.
You heard it here, folks. This
But
just in.
Jeremy is doubting the Lakers like always.
Like
they
always. Damn.
Well, I think they have a chance next year if once LeBron is gone and they can actually make a roster around Luka, then I think they have a chance. Hey, Luka took the Mavs to the finals. They faced a really good Celtics team, so there you go.
Basketball.
Sports ball. You gotta love it.
Football.
But hey, if anything, though, hey, I'll just actually I don't think I want to say that because I might curse the team like Danhausen. So, plus it would probably break your hearts because I'm not a baseball fan.
There's a Dodger game today. I didn't know what it was for.
Preseason, maybe?
Some friendly or something. I think.
Probably, because I don't know because I didn't hear if baseball season was starting yet. But it's supposed to be starting soon, right?
Let's hope. I'm trying to resume my bar culture.
Yep. All right, but we are going to go ahead. We'll go ahead and wrap up this episode. Thank you guys for watching or listening to the most unprofessional professional podcast in the YouTube space, the Off the Top Podcast. And I just realized that I did not even say the episode, but this is episode 45. the
God damn, son.
it's in terms of significance of number 45, it is the Michael Jordan coming out of retirement episode.
Oof, there you
Yeah.
go.
Yep. So there's
we
our
go.
continuous sports ball connection right there. But first things first, before I let everyone speak on their handles. Also, because this is recorded on Monday, it is a Austin 316 day. So drink some beers, throw some middle fingers, and stone cold stunner your boss.
Yeah, that's right.
But we are gonna go ahead.
Pinch people.
That's tomorrow.
Hmm.
All right. But
Nice.
we are gonna go ahead. We're gonna wrap up the episode right here. Josh, where can everyone find you?
Music, videos, and such. By the brilliant talents of the featured guests here, hosts as well. You search RDYRMND for Read Your Mind. No vowels. Yeah, you can find us on YouTube. Can find us on Instagram, Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, SoundCloud. Yeah.
Yep. And then Trevor, where
Yeah.
can everyone find you?
Same old place on Instagram at PJ_DYNO. And if you're in the LA, Burbank area, come around April. Come out and see Reefer Madness at the Wisteria Theater. Link is in my bio for tickets on my Instagram. So go ahead and follow me and check out there and stay tuned.
All right.
Here.
All right, and of course, and lastly, me. I am your host, Zero Requiem 14. You can follow me on this very YouTube channel, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, and Twitter as well, but I barely use it. But before we head off on this one, full Resident Evil Requiem playthrough is available on the channel. Well, you guys can just binge watch it if you want to, or watch it in parts, whatever suits your fancy. But we're going to go ahead. We'll wrap it up right here. Thank you guys for watching or listening, and we'll see you next time on another podcast.
Woo!
Tip your waitresses.